Stites Audio presents the unabridged recording of Reading the Sweet Oak by Jan Stites, performed by Karen Peaks. To my brothers, Ronald James Stites and Stephen William Stites, through whose veins Ozark rivers also flow, and especially to my husband, Bert Felton, who is my river in all seasons. Part 1. May. Chapter 1. Tulsa. Tulsa slipped her canoe paddle into the Sweet Oak, a lazy song of a river that threaded the Ozark hills for miles. She knew every bend, every grove of sycamores, and every boulder and fallen tree that could spill unwary paddlers. From behind her came the deep-throated whawk of a great blue heron. The bird glided into view, tipped its massive wings, and landed on a gravel bar with perfect grace. Herons were her totem bird. Perhaps the heron's arrival meant that this was the day to make that call to Ed. If she did, however, life as she knew it could end. Tulsa thrust her paddle into the water and cut back hard in a J-stroke that propelled her canoe straight for home. Beaching the boat, she thought about all she needed to do to prepare for the upcoming Memorial Day weekend. Mow the campground, load 30 canoes the high school seniors were renting to float the river Friday, and stock the cabins. She sprang up the rock steps that led from the river and jogged toward the white-clapboard farmhouse she and her grandmother, Ruby, had shared for the last 17 of Tulsa's 28 years. Perhaps it would be better if Ruby made that call to their neighbor Ed Logan, since the two of them went back decades, to the days of moonshine and one-room schools. Tulsa reached the door of the two-story house, which sat on the bank overlooking the river and was surrounded by purple lilacs and yellow forsythias, just as she heard the rumble of a large engine coming down the hill. She turned from the door, hoping for a customer. A dust cloud hovered like smoke, marking the trail of the approaching vehicle. A long-bed Chevy pickup that stopped just inches from her. Its driver wasn't a customer. It was Rupert Clancy, a man with the moral scruples of a crawdad. One of Clancy's two dogs, bulky animals with gleaming teeth, stood vigilant on the back seat, its muzzle poking through the partially lowered window. The other climbed into Clancy's lap. Clancy, who owned the land downriver on the other side of Ed Logan, playfully shook the dog's muzzle before pushing him into the passenger seat. Tulsa's grandmother
Sample complete. Ready to continue?